I've always wanted to try that boiling water thing, though. You could probably do it tonight when it gets cold enough. Boil just like a single pot of water and fucking try it on your balcony.
We might try that. It's gonna get down to negative before I go to bed. Probably like negative 17. It's gonna go down to.
Oh yeah, it'll definitely fucking do it.
Yeah, humans, we're too good at survival now. We're too good at it because, like, you know, it's negative degrees, and they're like, you know what I want to do? Instead of survive, I want to go. Let's
boil water.
Hey, do me a favor. Get some of our
balcony.
top ramen out, and I'm gonna fill it up. Give me a fork. I'm gonna set it up outside and make art with it.
Oh yeah, fucking noodles hold the fucking fork.
So funny, bro. If like when I was a kid, I used to think about
Just like, meanwhile, hundreds of years ago, people are like
dying.
Oh, get closer to the fire,
dead.
And we're gonna waste food to make a thing.
If it was negative 17 100 years ago, at least one person dies. 100%.
Yeah, at least one person.
Small child, pet, elderly person. Somebody's
one of
dying
them.
in that. Yeah, and us, we're just like, it's a little chilly. You guys want to go play in the snow? You know, like I think about when I was a kid. What's that movie, A Day After Tomorrow, and how much I downplayed it. And like when I downplayed it, I got yelled at by adults. Like I was like, so like, because in the movie, the event happens, all the tsunamis, and it's like the Arctic comes in, and then I was seeing it. I was like, I asked them, I was like, but they're still alive, and they were like, yeah, I mean, like they survived the severe conditions. And I was like, so it's not that bad then. And they like freaked out on me, and they were like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like a child. And they're like telling me, this is the end of days. This could happen. And I was like, I'm terrified now. I thought in my brain, I was like, we have a chance. If this happens, we have a chance. And they were like, no, we don't. And then meanwhile, here we are, 2024. And I'm like, granted, it's not D-Day shit, but it's pretty fucking cold in a lot of areas. And everybody's like, tee-hee. TikTok time. I'm like, dude, D-Day's gonna hit, and they're gonna be like, guys, let's ride slopes down fucking, I don't know, whatever the pyramids used to be. Now they're giant snow slopes. Let's ski down them. Fuck yeah, doggy. Get this on TikTok. It's nothing. It's nothing.
TikTok.
It's nothing.
Texas is gonna freeze again this year.
Yeah. And they can't wait to get their content out. Oh, our city's going to be buried by water. Hello, new cities of Atlantis. Hello. Underwater, what are those guys that do the, what is it? Welding, underwater welders. They're going to be heavy in business. You're going to be real heavy in business.
Stupid.
You see a city buried by water. I see a new economy. That's what I see.
You see opportunities.
I see opportunity. I see a growth in the job market. This is, by the way, these aren't my ideas. I'm just quoting a speech by Biden. Political. We get political around here. Oh, these guys are witty. I thought these guys just did fart jokes.
Well,
we do that too.
Come on. Who doesn't love a good fart?
When I knock people out, they don't fucking move. Who the fuck is that guy? Oh, don't be scared, homie.
Welcome to Throwing Hands.
You're playing touch butt with that dork in the park, the ponytail.
My balls are hot.
And welcome everybody to another edition of Throwing Hands Podcast. You like that? A little change up. You thought I was going to say episode. It's in another edition. Hey. That's right, guys. Throwing Hands Podcast, where we go over the craziness, the bullshit, and the Octagon control. This is your favorite hardcore and casual MMA podcast on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe right now. Get that out of the way right now. Go ahead, comment down below. Make sure you're staying in tune with us and what we're talking about in the fights. Like that, hit that like button.
Bell.
Thank you, Ian. Yes. Of course, I am your host, Joe. These are my co-hosts, Ian and Darnell. Yeet. And we're coming off of UFC Apex. First fight of the year. First fight of the year. First fight of the year. Bunch of fighters sleeping. Hey, coaches, get up. Come on, get up. It's time for school. Come on.
It's the first of the year.
It's the first fight of the year. Johnny Walker.
Ringing bells.
No, I don't want to. All right, you're getting knocked out then. That's it. You snooze, you get snoozed. Johnny Walker. What did you guys think of the first fight of the year? And I mean overall, like, what did you guys think of like the production of the card? What did you guys think of the fights overall? What are you grading? Not talking about any fight specifically right now, but overall the card. What did you guys think?
It was like is really good for not like actual, UFC 300 or some shit for fight night. It was fucking wild.
It's pretty good.
I'd give it like a B.
Ooh, I like that. Okay.
B plus.
Yeah, I thought the matchmaking was pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're about the same.
Mm-hmm.
I'd give it an A if it wasn't for that goddamn commercial that kept playing. ESPN Live.
ESPN Live Sports. Yeah, I think I'd give it around maybe. I'd even give it a B plus. I'd say. It shies away from an A minus to an A because at the end of the day, the chemistry the chemistry between Felder and Bisping and Fitzgerald is just the worst. like Felder and Bisping, like, they get along they're able to, but I mean, Fitzgerald just says stuff and I don't mind. I'm like, yeah, it sounds about, I get what he's doing, and they're just like, yeah, we said that, and I'm like, damn, bro, not even a like a small hint to try to like disguise a little. They're just like, we know, Brendan. Jesus, poor Brendan. Yeah, I don't.
He's like, what did I do? God damn.
Other than that, though, yeah, thought everything went well. No real big blunders, and the refs were on top of it. We were talking about that. They were on top of it last night. I think, especially because of like the main event being like a real blunder, the way it ended the first fight, that all the refs were like, yo, they got in like, let's be on top of this shit tonight. Hey, how about tonight? Let's not fuck up. How about tonight?
Let's not have any fuck ups.
First of the year, let's start it off right. And they did it. They did do right. I appreciate
But
that.
also, they're in America. They're not in some other fucking country where people don't know what they're doing.
Oh, that's right. Because that was in, whatchamacallit?
That was in fucking Abu Dhabi.
Yep. Abu Dhabi. Got some real sketch shit going on over there. You're telling me your buildings are that tall and there's no sketch stuff going on? Get the fuck out of here.
And there's no sketchy stuff going on.
Get the fuck out. There's a building height to sketchy stuff ratio in there.
Like, look at New York.
Pretty tall buildings. Yeah.
Lots of sketchy shit.
That's my new way to talk about a city's bad. Like, it must be a lot of tall buildings there.
There must be a lot of tall buildings there.
Just be like, I'm gonna go to Seattle in a couple weeks here, and they're like, buildings are pretty tall.
Does it get a lot of tall buildings?
Yeah,
I guess. Watch yourself out there.
Yourself out there, tall buildings. Gotta look out for those. What was I saying right before that?
Balls Mahoney, one of the greatest ECW wrestlers ever made. He has no idea what was happening. He's what the fuck?
He said, and now let me tell you a little bit about why. Balls Mahoney. Interesting. No, I can't remember what I was saying. We're talking about the refs. I'm talking about the refs and being on it. And then Abu Dhabi, sketchy buildings, tall buildings.
Tall buildings.
Tall buildings. So you go to a place like, here's the thing. Tampa's pretty sketchy, but only like mid-level. So they're like, and they don't have the tallest buildings in Tampa. They got some pretty tall buildings. So you go like, how's the buildings in Tampa? Moderately tall. Not too tall.
Too bad.
How are the buildings in Nebraska? They're pretty small. Not too tall. We're pretty low key here. We fly under the radar.
Still watch it.
Yeah, I'd still watch it there. Oh shit. Okay, yeah. So given our grades of the card, but let's talk about the fights themselves. Guys, do you have any fights that you want to pick out as your favorites? I have the performance of the nights, like there was like 4 performance of the nights that got picked. What was it? Unfortunately, Ankaliev got it, Fedeo got it, and McGee got it, and Jim Miller got it. All deserved except for Ankaliev, in my opinion, but
I really like the Jim Miller fight. I honestly thought he was going to end up knocking him out, but, I'll take the submission. Yeah.
For me, is Nicholas Mota and Joshua Van, like the first 2 fights on the card.
Yeah.
Because Nicholas, like, it was actually funny to watch them build up Tom. They're like, oh, he's crazy. He's undefeated. He only fights because his brother. Expect a knockout. Meanwhile, fucking 2 minutes later, you watch him get knocked out. You're like, fuck, dude.
I literally said it to you, and I was like, they were hyping up that guy, and they really shouldn't do that because that anything can happen, and boom.
Exactly.
They did the same thing for Bunez, for Felipe Bunez against Joshua Van. They were like, both up and comers, but Bunez is even though he's an up and coming guy, they're both murderers in there. Let's see what happens. Fun fact about that fight too that I like, that it's a very most interesting fact I've heard about a fighter recently is that Joshua Van has lost his first round in all his last 3 fights, but wins the fight in the next round. So I was like, that's what you call a very slow starter. Fucking full blown loses the first round, comes back and starches people. It's crazy.
He's pulling what Homer did when he was boxing. Let them tire themselves out, and then he just fucking wails on them.
Not the rope-a-dope, not the Rocky Balboa, but the Homer Simpson. Shouts out to him.
Actually, another fight that was scary as shit was Gene Silva and Weston Wilson. Yeah. That fight was scary as fuck.
Yeah, you weren't in the chat yet for that. Me and you were watching that. Gene Silva literally I don't know if it was on purpose or not. He was literally doing the Key and Peele skit. He was talking all kinds of wild, god crazy shit. Like fucking, he's gonna baptize his bitch ass. He can't stand in there with somebody like him. I'm like, yo, this guy. He's like, I'm gonna murder him. I'm like, yo, this guy. He's literally. And then like, meanwhile, Weston Wilson's like, this guy knows we're just fighting, right?
He's like, this isn't that serious, right?
And then Gene Silva goes on to actually beat him into like the ref had to be like, yo, fucking stop.
Enough.
And then Gene Silva was super weird in that his post fight. He was like very just intimidating, staring people directly in the eyes, not breaking eye contact at all, but doing weird movements. I don't think he even blinked. Slow, weird movements. And they're like, oh, and then him trying to act out the knockout. Just being like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh, come on. You have to come talk to me.
That was funny. Yeah, I like him. I like him.
He's crazy.
Also, another pretty scary knockout was Marcus McGee.
100%. Marcus McGee.
Marcus looks like he's 40, but he's only like 32.
He's an anomaly.
Terrifying looking.
He is an anomaly.
To me.
And he just got started, and they told him everybody why. Car accidents and breaking other shit. Only started a couple years ago.
He's ready to murder.
Yep, he's ready to just take your fucking head off.
I remember that. That was it's a very interesting way that they got the knockout where he tried to get the walk off, and fucking hilarious that way. What was it? How do you say it? Bolanos? Yeah. Yeah, he was like, no, it's so embarrassing for him. He was like, he tried to get the walk off, tried to help him out, and he was like, what? No, I'm fine.
He's just like, what the fuck? Come on.
He's like,
proceeds to get mollywopped.
yeah, that was a fucking almost murdered him with that spinning back kick when he was backing away up on the cage. Crazy.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting to happen too. I'm like, he's gonna fucking kick him in the head.
Yep.
There's nothing else he can do right now.
Unfortunately, and no offense to Gaston, but I would genuinely say an embarrassing outing. But hey, man, you can't. I mean, I'm not in his head. I don't know what the corner would say. I think he genuinely underestimated Marcus McGee. From looking at the way he fought him, I'm like, this guy's a joke right now. That being said, also about the Silva fight, we were just said last week so much about in the street shenanigans segment about keeping your hands up and shit. That guy, Weston Wilson, his corner screaming at him, hands up. And then every time his corner screams it, Silva would just rock the fuck out of Wilson. And then his coach would be like, hands up. Bam. I told Ian, I said, genuinely, and I'm not trying to be fucking crazy about this. If I'm his coach, I'm knocking I was like, if he doesn't get knocked out, which he got knocked out, I was like, I'm knocking his ass out after the fight. And then once he comes to him, I'd be like, you think you'll keep your hands up from going forward? Every time he comes in the gym, I'm sneaking his ass. Bam! I'm gonna be like, hands up.
That'd be some real ass coach right there.
Hell yeah. See,
it's either you fucking learn or die.
Around like this.
Yeah.
He's like in the grocery store, like, I really want to grab that box of cereal, but I can't put my hands down.
Can't even ask for help because he's like, "Excuse me, can you, like, sir, why are you approaching me?" Like, no, I just need help, sir. Please put your hands down, sir. Oh, I can't do that.
Yeah, I did my coach hire you? I bet you'd fucking like that, wouldn't you?
It's fucking the workers telling the police assault. He's just like, yeah, but I mean, I'll tell you what, that guy kept his hands up the whole time. He beat the fuck out of me, but his hands were up. Yeah, no.
One day, 20 years from now, he finally gets the courage as he's about to go to sleep to put his hands down. Suddenly, his coach is just right there. Boom. Keep your hands up.
Keep your hands. See, you guys you want me as a coach. I'm thinking big picture here. I'm thinking long term.
Like, you will always be ready.
Here you go, sir. Your newborn baby. I can't. Oh shit!
Bounce him on the top of my fist.
Yeah, I'm gonna knead him like pizza dough. I'll just hold him up here,
spinning the baby around.
Spinning him around. So stupid. Yeah, I do genuinely hate when a coach is yelling perfect advice to a fighter and the fighter is just like, "Who's yelling at me right now? Hey, tell them to stop yelling at me, whoever it is."
And to be fair, Wilson was like half rocked the entire time, so
gotta look at, gotta think about that. I agree. So genuinely, he's like, "Who is yelling at me?"
He's like, "Is that my coach or yours?"
He's telling Sylvie, he's like, "Yo, your coach is good, bro." He's telling me
some good advice. I should listen to it.
My coach ain't telling me shit.
He's like, "I can't hear a peep from my corner."
Silva's like, "I think you should keep your hands up."
He whispers to him, "You should keep your hands up."
Silva's like, "I've been talking to God and he said you should keep your hands up." Good times. Preston Parsons Duval gets the decision win against Semlisberger. Pretty much the only decision win that's worth talking about besides the Arlovsky fight. But Preston Parsons did look really good. He looked really good against Semlisberger. Semlisberger just wouldn't go down. Crazy. He's a crazy motherfucker.
He is terrible, but
I think if he grew his beard out, he'd be fine.
It's the haircut. They were saying it's the haircut. You cut your...
The haircut's fine. It's the beard. He doesn't have one. It's only mustache power. He's only getting like a fourth of his power right now.
You're not wrong.
He needs to grow the rest. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, he needs to grow the rest of it out, and then he'll gain all his Nordic powers again. It'll be fine.
Nothing incorrect said. The only fight I really actually did not like was the Arlovsky and Waldo Salsa Boy Cortez Acosta. Only because I'm like, I genuinely feel like Acosta could have just fucking stormed Arlovsky and knocked him out. Arlovsky looked good. He looked pretty crisp, throwing technical stuff. But a lot of these older dudes get in there and do that, and then the young bloods, the young dudes, can just be like, "Fuck all this shit," and it happens time and time again. So whatever it was, whatever game they were playing, nobody in the Octagon liked. Nobody enjoyed it. Frustrating from all angles. And Arlovsky just showing that he's pissed off. I'm like, well, why don't you do something about it, man? Why don't you go attack him? But to be fair to Arlovsky, if he would have done that, 100% Acosta would have just knocked his ass out. If he would have stormed in at him, he would have unloaded. It's like,
a few times he did try to kind of blitz him. He got clipped a couple times.
Yeah. And it's like, you'd want to give it to like when a fight goes that way in decision between somebody like a legend and like an up and coming real good guy, is that there's like a respect factor usually a lot of times. And you, from a fight fan perspective, from a fighting perspective, you can understand that when they're saying that, like, there's a lot of respect between these two guys, real timid and pulling the trigger. That was not said. Why? Because Acosta was being a dick the entire time. And Arlovsky was kind of being a dick back to him, if we're being honest, and, kind of receding. So no respect between either of them, yet no pulling the trigger. I don't respect you. I also don't respect you, by the way. All right. Well, let's stay here about equal distance from each other and continue to piece each other up with weird stuff. And I'm going to stick my tongue out at you a couple different times. Okay. Let's see. Phil Hall's Bruno Ferreira. It was one of my picks for what was going to be one of the fight of the nights, performance of the night bonus. Pretty quick KO, in and out. Ferreira, not really too much to talk about there. Just another easy KO win for Ferreira. Phil Hawes, I don't know what the fuck he was thinking. I don't know what the hell he was thinking.
He's thinking about DC, bro. He's just thinking about DC. He's like, fuck. He's gonna get my ass again. He's gonna check me if I talk shit again.
If he wasn't,
but he wasn't even there tonight. Yeah. He was still thinking about it.
I was gonna say, if he wasn't, the second he got clipped, it was like the little gunshot memes where it's like pff, it was flash of white, and he's thinking about DC immediately. He's like, fuck. Yeah, shouts out Bruno Ferreira. I really enjoy Ferreira, and I hope he keeps fucking, what am I trying to say here? I hope he keeps racking up these wins like this. I think that's 3 in a row, if not it's 2. But man's killing it out there. I just wish he'd keep the white hair. Just wish he would have kept the white hair, but clearly it worked for him. Fighting is a lot like Fortnite skins. When you change them, it makes you a little bit better. When you change your look, it makes you a little bit better.
He's actually, he's on a 3-win streak, and they're all knockouts.
Yes. I said it last night. My man's coming for Strickland. He's coming for him. Bro, Strickland would fucking destroy Ferreira, doggy. Ferreira wouldn't stand a goddamn chance against Sean Strickland. Let's keep moving on, though. We got 3 more fights to talk about. Ricky Simon, Mario Batista. This was the best decision fight out of the decision fights, for sure. Mario Batista looked... I'm not trying to... he's his own guy, but looked a lot like Max Holloway out there. Fucking standing and banging, but not just standing and banging, piecing up Ricky Simon.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck Ricky needs to do. Maybe work on his wrestling. Like, just as a defense. If he's getting rocked, he can at least go down to the ground.
Yeah, I don't know, because I'm not, I don't know too much about so much technical stuff in wrestling, but every time he shot on Batista, every time, by the way, I mean, it's just, his name's Batista and they're like Bautista, and I understand that's probably the way to pronounce that, but that's so annoying. You want me to go bow, bow, bow every time?
Bow, 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 Batista.
But Bautista, every time he got shot on, so good takedown, such good takedown defense, would just dig immediately under the arm, pull it off, turn, get out of there. No problem every time. As a wrestler, I understand that you just keep shooting. That's like one of their tactics. Is just keep shooting, and eventually you'll get them. Do you not want to shoot a different way? Maybe just attack a single. Maybe try and wrap around the back. Something, right? You would think for a different type of takedown. This man just shot every time. Double leg. Never worked.
You gotta go.
When he started doing that, he was pretty beat up. So he was probably just going into fucking survival mode.
Right.
You gotta hit him with the Habib classic, bro. Just overhand right, and then as soon as they go to go low.
Go low.
You single leg, you trip them, cross their legs up, and there you go. You're good.
Damn. Not wrong.
He's got the answer.
Sidebar to that, I mean, I forgot where I saw it on Twitter or wherever it was. It doesn't matter. But the early clips of early Khabib striking was dog shit. That guy was awful. He was really bad back then. All
his shit is bad. He didn't fight anybody until he fought fucking Michael Johnson. No, Michael Johnson was his first real fight.
True.
Before that, it was just like, who are these niggas? Even then, the only one that was maybe a name was Thiago, and then he turned out to be a terrible person.
Yep.
So it was well deserved. He legit got ragdolled all 3 rounds to the point where I think in the second or third he got taken down. And he's just like,
yep.
He's like, what the fuck?
It's one of Khabib's best highlight matches. Is that fight. I still say, just on record, I always say to this day, the toughest opponent Khabib ever had was Iaquinta. Yeah, you look at every guy he fought after that, he beat the fuck out of McGregor. He beat the fuck out of, I don't know if he fought anybody before that, or if he went from Iaquinta to McGregor. But
it was Iaquinta, McGregor, then I think Dustin of Justin.
Yeah, and each person, I guess you could say Justin gave him a pretty decent fight, but Iaquinta took him all 3 rounds and fucking really, there was a couple times where you're like, yo, Iaquinta might have him. I don't know if what Khabib thinks, but I'm just saying. I say that to Khabib, and he's like, brother, you want me to smash you? You think that was my toughest fight? I'm like, oh fuck. I thought maybe we'd relate on it. I thought maybe you'd agree. I don't know. The boy, the legend, Jim Miller, keeping the boys happy. While Tony Ferguson just plummets, Jim Miller just skyrockets, baby. Hell yeah. Like Ian was saying earlier, I thought he was gonna get the knockout for sure. There was a couple times, but then when he was clipping him, it was that moment where I was looking at Gabriel Benitez, and I was like, damn, he's a big lightweight. Like, he's a thick lightweight. I was like, ain't no way Jim Miller's knocking this guy out. I was like, he can piece him up all he wants. I don't think Jim Miller's able to muster up the power to knock him out, but he can muster up enough power to do classic Jim Miller. Let's give you the old rock and submission. I rock you, I submit you. Get fucked. And the good news from that fight, besides the fact of Miller winning, is that he confirms, I'm good to go for UFC 300. Let's go. So, hell yes, we're getting our UFC 300 retirement fight with Jim Miller. What do you guys think about his fight choices? I forget all of them. I know he said Matt Brown. Who else?
Matt Brown, the Irish Dragon himself. He was on commentary.
Oh yeah, Paul Felder. Yeah,
and then he said, I don't even think he said for a set amount of money, but he called out Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. Yeah, he was like, Brock, let's make it happen. I'm calling you out, Brock. That's so funny. If fucking Brock Lesnar's music hits, he's like, oh fuck.
Oh no.
It's fucking hilarious. They're like, wait a minute, the fuck are you doing?
Shit. Somehow has the universal title. They're like, what?
What's going on here?
I feel like he called out somebody else as well. I feel like there was another person that was actually in his division besides Felder and Matt Brown. Speaking of Jim Miller, he said that he had significant memory loss from 2015 to 2017 due to his Lyme disease. Doesn't really remember too much from those 2 years while he was sick.
He just remembers beating ass.
Just remembers just fucking dominating the division, just setting records. Just setting records with Lyme disease. Yep, no big deal. I mean, regardless of whoever else the other person was, I do think that Paul Felder's the fight to make at UFC 300. Paul Felder's trying to come back right now. Who better to have that fight with? Unfortunately, the only thing I don't want about that is Paul Felder might just come back to lose to Jim Miller, and that would really suck to see him do that, because Paul Felder wants to come back and try and make a run, which is weird. But he wants to do that, and I think if you want to do that, maybe not going against like the guy with the most wins, the most in UFC history, the most fights in UFC history, like maybe somebody else. But yeah, I still think that'd probably be the best fight, but otherwise Matt Brown is probably a good second pick. Obviously, that'd be extremely crazy to watch those two go at it. I was honestly kind of hoping he'd, and I know Darnell would hate this, and I know this fight wouldn't happen because they're too small, but I was hoping he'd call out McGregor. I was like, dude, how great would it be to see Jim Miller fucking destroy McGregor and retire like that, or retire, just McGregor coming back thinking he's top shit, and Jim Miller's like, well, I beat Lyme's disease. Submission. I tried your whiskey. It sucks. Submission.
There you go. And all what's his name's gonna do, all Connor would do is, who's his hillbilly hick?
Oh yeah. Oh, it'd be perfect. Because
and then nobody's gonna fight anybody.
He would become the biggest heel of all time, because he would learn real quick that he's not the legend he thinks he is. Everybody'd be like, no, we fucks with that guy. That guy's actually been around longer than you and more consistent than you for a longer period of time. It's crazy. Shouts out Jim Miller. And then of course Johnny Walker, Ankaliev. I saw Johnny Walker getting knocked out. I knew that was gonna happen. I mean, like, hands up. Seriously, like, he constantly was doing wackadoo weird shit. The leg kicks weren't working on Ankaliev maybe the way he thought it was going to. Got clipped. I was thinking about it already. I was like, we've seen Johnny Walker get knocked out before. Bam!
I blame him being at Connor's gym.
Oh, interesting. I
He's doing fine there, but it's just like, hey, focus.
You know what's interesting about him is that he said a couple days ago in an interview that he plans to go to heavyweight in the future, Johnny Walker, and I'm like, I don't think so. I really don't
That's
think you
wild.
should. He says, I have the height, I have the build, I have the strength and knockout power. I could definitely be heavyweight champion. And I'm like, you definitely can't. If you look at the top food chain of the heavyweights, you're definitely not in it, big guy. You're definitely not. You're not in the top food chain of the light heavyweights, big guy. Chill out. Sit down.
I would say that depends on how much weight he cuts to go to light heavyweight. Because if he's cutting a lot, then I kind of get it. But if he ain't got to cut shit to go to heavyweight, he'll be fine.
Yeah, but if he's getting starched that easy and being fucking ragdoll that easy at light heavyweight by people, like, I'm not saying it's a constant for him, but it does happen pretty. It's happened a decent amount of times.
Yeah.
To the point where I'm like, even if he's going to go to an original weight at heavyweight, I mean, there's going to be dudes heavier than him, stronger than him, been there longer than him. And I just don't see that going too well for him. And especially because, like, this was, like I said.
Speed.
What?
Speed. He can actually move around.
Not wrong. And that's
most
big thing
heavyweights, you drag them out for 2.5 minutes, niggas is huffing and puffing.
I agree with that. That's a good point. 100%. I just get worried about his carelessness in the heavyweight division because I feel like
for sure.
Light heavyweight, you can maybe fuck around with these guys a little bit more than someone, but heavyweight, if you dick around too much, I mean, a Derek Lewis is going to take your head off.
Yeah.
By the way, I would pay big money for a Derek Lewis Johnny Walker heavyweight fight. I would pay. That would be so good. Now I want Johnny Walker at heavyweight.
Now you want him at heavyweight because then it becomes a possibility.
Yep.
Son of a bitch.
Some good fights at heavyweight. Johnny Walker, do it. Make the move. Fuck this. Fuck what I said. Want to make a point before we move on. We're going to move on to the next card here. We've talked about this before. This is a big talk about in MMA. The Taylor Lapilus and Farid Basharat fight. Okay, so Basharat wins. It was a weird fight. First of all, Taylor Lapilus playing the game. Taylor Lapilus elbowing Basharat directly in the spine a couple times, and him yelling to the ref, "He's elbowing me in my spine," and the ref being like, "What? He's elbowing me in my spine right now, ref. What? This is the third." He says to him, "This is the third time he's elbowed me in my spine." The ref, "Oh, hey, no elbowing in the spine." I'm like, this fucking guy. And then Taylor Lapilus starts playing the game, and I've not really been too like heavy on this before, and I told Ian I was gonna make a big deal about this. I'm tired of the downed opponent game. I'm tired of the knee, the coming up and coming down. I'm fucking sick of it. Because here's the thing, and here's a bigger point that maybe I don't think people are making, is that when guys are coming up, right? So specifically the position that I saw that was annoying was that Taylor Lapilus had 3 points of contact down. He was trying to get up kind of against the cage. Basharat has his head. He has the hand on the head. Common thing for fighters here is they get the hand on the head, the other fighter's trying to get up, and they want so badly to throw a knee, because if there was no rule there, bottom line, you're getting kneed to the fucking face, buddy. You're getting kneed so hard, and you're done. And you better figure out how to not do that. But instead, they can't. So what does a fighter normally have? By rules, Basharat did exactly what they're allowed to do and connected. You can only punch them. So Basharat puts his hand on his head, and he winds up and throws the biggest uppercut he can fucking muster from that awkward position, and bam, hits him. You hear it. Connect. Taylor Lapilus gets up and just starts walking away from him. And I'm like, if he was allowed to knee him, he would be on the ground right now. And it's bullshit. I'm tired of it. You can't expect fighters to do any damage. And instead, you're allowing fighters at this point, if they can just get to a 3-point contact, if that Basharat's not a wrestler, he's trying to knock his ass out. So he's like, if you're at that point, you're telling that fighter, you either need to wrestle them or let him up. How fucking boring and unreal is that in a fight? That's crazy. I'm gonna knee him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna knee him right now because his face is right here and my knee's right here. And what makes sense and why so many fighters do it instinctively is to just throw the knee. I'm sick of it. Get rid of this fucking rule. You're asking fighters to throw cartoon punches to knock some dude out on his way up. It's crazy.
Nah, we just need one rules, and just for American sakes, so they don't be pussies and cry about it, just get rid of soccer kicks. That's it.
Yeah, just get rid of the soccer kicks. It's fine. I
Because
don't
the
agree
only
with it,
person
but
who's going to benefit from soccer kicks is Khalil Roundtree. We've seen plenty of times him nearly take somebody's fucking head off, but he goes for the body.
Goes for the
And
body.
it's just like, just imagine. Somebody's gonna be dead in that ring.
Oh yeah, I agree. Let's move on to talking about next week's card. UFC 297, second fight of the year, pay-per-view. UFC 297, the pay-per-view card, the title fight that was not hyped at all, but is now hyped. Good job, Sean Strickland. Good job. Just good job. Go on Theo's podcast and cry. Start a fight with Drickus in the crowd. All of a sudden, you got a huge title fight on your hands.
Like, you're doing great. Who
Sean
needs marketing?
Sean right now, someone's like,
PR.
It's still Dana's fault.
it's still Dana's fault. Yeah.
If Dana didn't sit them next to each other,
It
Like-
wouldn't have happened. Yeah.
that wouldn't have happened. They were still on fire from the press conference. That would have still been fine. But then him and his dumbass blunder made it that much more better. And to the point that they actually used it in the promo, which is funny. It's like, can y'all stop doing this?
Every time. Well, the UFC isn't really proud of this. We would prefer this doesn't continue going forward. Puts it in
Let's
the
make
highlight
millions
reel.
on it.
Yeah.
We're going to show it 100 times.
Make shirts on this shit, doggy. Just shirts of Sean doing the gun to Drickus. UFC 297. So let's talk about it from the title fight going. Actually, no, let's not do that. Let's pick and choose from going down to up. Oh, hold on, where are they? They're in Canada. That's how you know. I was like, wait a minute, why did I just see 4 Canadian fighters, 6, 7 Canadian fighters? Are they in Canada? Are they in Canada? Yeah.
Canada.
Okay. What fight besides the 2 title fights are you guys most excited for?
Charles and Poliana. That's it. Because I thought there were more good fights on this card, but there really wasn't.
No.
And Arnold Allen, I guess, because he's still a demon.
Yeah. I was just about to say, at least give Arnold. I was like, come on, give Arnold Allen a little shot.
Yeah, so Poliana, Charles, and Arnold.
Word. See, I'd add to that.
And Myra's gonna win, so it doesn't matter. I don't give a fuck.
I'm really looking forward to the Chris Curtis, Marc-Andre Barriault fight. That's just going to be a banger,
Yeah.
no doubt.
For some reason, Neil Magny's still fighting.
They unmummified him, and they were like, Magny, we need you to dusted off his legs and warmed up his legs. They were like, let's get those things warm for you. Poor guy, those tiny little scrawny legs. You think you can do a fight for us? Yes.
You think you can handle that, big boy?
But I do think he's gonna run through Mike Mallet. I'm like, fucking dude, no way. No way Mike Mallet beats Neil Magny.
I don't know. I think I have to go for Mike now, just because his fighter nickname is Proper, and he's on a 3-win streak that are all finishes.
Neil Magny about to give him a proper ass beating. Tell you that. Shit. Proper.
I'm gonna go for Mike.
Proper.
All right. Who do you guys have in the Chris Curtis Andre Barriault fight?
If Chris didn't cut his beard, he's definitely winning.
Shit. Okay,
No, I'm
good
saying
point.
if he doesn't.
Yeah,
No, he didn't cut his beard. No, I'm saying if he does.
I don't know what I'm saying.
He
I didn't
does
think
cut his
about that. Yeah.
beard. He might lose.
What if Andre
'Cause you're
Barriault comes in with a
you're
beard?
losing power. He'd probably gain a little power. That's lumberjack energy right there.
For real. Canada lumberjack too? Canada?
A maple lumberjack?
Oh shit. You know what I like about when we go over like the fights for like the next week is that we're always like kind of running a little bit short on time, just depending on what it is. And a lot of other like fight podcasts, like we spend a lot of time on the fight that happened, which is nice, and as much as we can. But normally, like the next week's card, we're just like, oh yeah, them and they're fighting, and I got them, and I got them, and beards. Don't forget about beards
And beards.
It's like other fight, and I don't understand how they do it and do it in so much time. But they'll be like, okay, let's talk about Sheree Sadi versus Ramon Tavares. Okay, so here's the thing about them, and I'm like, what? Fucking who? Why? And then they'll break down all these statistics, and I'm like, how did you get this into a 45-minute video? Ain't no way. What the fuck? You went over every single fight. Oh shit.
They have notes.
Word.
We don't have those.
Yeah, but I mean, I think I agree with Darnell. For a pay-per-view, Dana's like, it's the first pay-per-view of the year. What do you want me to say? It's first pay-per-view of the year. did what I could. But I think it's got some bangers when it comes into the main card mostly. But that being said, like, obviously, I was saying without the title fights, because like my other pick would definitely be the women's. I am hyped for this women's fight. Love watching Raquel Pennington. Is it Mario? Fuck.
Yeah, I was like, God damn, you just
Mario Silva. Let's get him in here. Marie Bueno Silva.
Myra.
Moira.
You know, hold on. First of all, you know I'm dyslexic, and I take offense to that.
Okay, your point. I'm dyslexic with numbers, but I never say anything about it.
You don't do a lot of number stuff around here. Myra Bueno Silva. You know what? To be fair, just recently made a fan out of me. Sorry, I haven't gotten the pronunciation down perfectly. I also definitely need water or some type of liquid. I've been going without taking any sips of anything here.
Some high quality H2O.
Myra Bueno Silva. See? You see? I just needed to hydrate a little bit. You see?
Moira.
Fuck. But that being said, I have Myra Bueno Silva winning this fight, undoubtedly. Raquel Pennington's a little bit bigger than her, like you know, I don't know about height. They have the stats here, but she is definitely thicker than her. She's bigger than her. She's only literally an inch taller than her.
Raquel's losing. Her last fight was January of last year. Literally a year today, January 14th was her last fight.
Damn,
she ain't done shit.
You know what that means?
That's ring rust out the ass, and she's about to get flipped on her head.
That means that this division, this title fight, it's like, that means like that's who you got. That's like, hey, we need somebody. Can you be that person? Yeah, I'll do that for a title fight. I'll come back for a title fight. Shit.
Oh yeah.
That's what I said last fucking podcast. I'm like, it took them 7 months to get this fight together.
Yeah.
Like, why? Why did it even take that long? They should have just straight up, like, maybe they're waiting for her because the whole suspension thing. But it's like, hey, just put your number one and your number two there. You got Julianne Payne, which everybody hates now.
Yep.
And Raquel, there you go. That's your first title fight since Amanda left. There you go. But no, y'all waited fucking 7 months to just cobble some shenanigans together. That should have been the immediate fight.
Yeah, I agree. Myra Bueno Silva's about to fucking take Pennington's head off. You see that? You see that flame tattoo she's got on her right arm? Ain't even gonna be able to see her punch coming in. Ain't even gonna be able to see that shit, doggy. Everybody knows hot rod flames make you go faster.
True. Damn. You got me there.
Yep. See? I was gonna say, what the fuck you got to say? I'm wrong? You're gonna sit there and tell me I'm wrong? Okay. But yeah, I have Myra Bueno Silva winning that fight. I think all collectively we're going Bueno Silva here. And especially just more to just the statistic wise, but it's gonna be more exciting to see who she's gonna fight later on down. If Pennington wins, I mean, hey, she'll fucking blow me away. I'll be like, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah. It'd be very surprising.
Let's talk. This is a fight that we can break down pretty well. And we'll not spend too much time on it. We got Sean Strickland, Dricus du Plessis. Here's what I'm gonna say. I'm going with Sean. Obviously, I think that Sean's gonna win. But if Sean gets cocky at any point at all, he's got to realize that Dricus does the dumbest, winging, weirdest punches in the world. And for some reason, they work very well. And he does the most awkward shit that, unfortunately, he's one of these guys that you just can't train for perfectly. Because you can't get some guy to like simulate somehow like stumbling and then winging a punch and knocking you out.
Yeah.
You're like, how'd that happen? He's weird, man. His takedowns are weird. His angles are weird. But I have to have confidence in Sean.
Sean will do fine. And I would say for one reason only. This nigga's been training with Ankaliev, wrestling, like grappling for years.
Mm-hmm.
Sean has a black belt, just never has to use it.
True. Never really wants to use it. He wants to box these dudes up.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think Dricus is gonna have a hard time fighting him.
Yeah. It's
especially if he's using Philly Shell again. If he's using Philly Shell again, he might not know what to do like Izzy. It's just kind of stand there and be like, oh fuck.
Just start taking the punches and be like, fuck. stop hitting me. Stop.
What do I do?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think the only Dricus's best chance is like a winging punch, start taking him down if you can, and then also something that it's, again, this won't work on Sean, but something Dracus is good at is getting into the deep rounds, and he looks gassed as fuck, but somehow getting on top of his opponent and beating them up somehow.
Yeah. Before that was with fucking deviated septum, and he got that fixed already. So that's why this man's a problem. Because now his cardio is probably going to be way better because now he can breathe.
And the only reason I don't think that's going to be a problem for Sean is because Sean clearly has incredible cardio. He's shown it over and over again. 5 rounds straight up boxing people, going for takedowns, getting stuff in takedowns. No big deal. He'll stay there. He'll stand and fight for multiple rounds. It's an interesting fight. It's an interesting fight that I didn't think would be so interesting. But all together here, Sean motherfucking Strickland. Gonna be like his best friend from the interview. Sean Strickland! Sean fucking Strickland! Alright. Well, you've heard our thoughts. You've heard our breakdown. You've heard us talk. But now let's hear us react and break down some other stuff. And street shenanigans. That's right, everybody. It's your favorite end segment of the show, your favorite end segment of any show on YouTube, especially the fighting ones. It is Street Shenanigans, where we go over the craziness, the bullshit, and the Octagon control of the fights all around the world. Waffle House, Walmart, Denny's, Dollar General. If it's a store that has a dollar spot or you can get something for $1 and there's a fight outside of it, which there most likely is, we've covered it. We do. There's a lot to know about when we do this segment. One, it's educational purposes. We're breaking down these street fights to let you know something that could have gone better, something that didn't need to happen at all. Maybe these people should have fucked around and found out or not. Maybe they should have used some jiu-jitsu. That's what we're here to try and find out. Also a little bit of reacting, but the most important thing to know about this, Ian, that's your job.
They're fine, YouTube. They're okay. Promise. Pinky promise.
Pink. That's how you know he's super for real.
That's how that's how you know it's genuine.
Mm-hmm. All right. That being said,
okay, I gotta clean my room. I'm sorry. I just noticed the pile of pillows in the fucking corner back there. I was like, I forgot I did that.
Don't forget Ian's hidden trash on top of his trash behind his chair. Don't forget about that.
There's only one bag.
Aha. All right. Oh, okay, yeah. So here's what we have is these are 2 soldiers who get into what's called they call it a weird scrap. So maybe you guys can help us figure out what's
a weird scrap.
I don't know. That's what's considered a weird. It is weird. You'll see it. It's a weird scrap. Go ahead. All right. So Kevin's in the background and he's sick of his shit. Look at Kevin's serious. Like, you see?
What?
You see what I mean?
This is the American Army. This is what we're sending out.
Yeah. Yeah. These are definitely kids who ran to lunch with a big ass book bag.
Stop. Yeah, you.
Stop fucking punching me.
Holy shit.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
It didn't look like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it didn't look like it got that bad, but apparently he fucked him up. Yeah, yeah, dickhead. Yo, shouts out Redhead. He said that did not go the way I thought it was gonna go. Post-fight interview with, I want that from a UFC fighter from now on. And what did you think of the fight? That did not go the way I was thinking it was gonna go. What is that? They're fighting like cats.
That was so weird.
It's such an, it's a weird scrap.
Bro, the Asian dude, he definitely didn't want to fight.
They're fighting like they don't want to wake up mom and dad.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they know when the fucking PO comes up, they show up.
Oh, they're gonna bust both their asses, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked. This way, you can at least just say, "Oh, I fell."
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. GG's.
Bro, we know that's actually who's recording right now.
Oh yeah, true. You guys scrap it out then. I'm tired of you guys bullshitting out there. Scrap it out.
Hey, what the fuck's going on with your For You page? I mean, your trending topics. What is that?
What is it? Let's see.
What is that? Seductive Sunday? What's going on, Ian?
Cowboys.
Nah, what's going on down there?
Seductive Sunday. I don't even want to
Going
know
on?
what Beanie and
Yeah,
Zadie's
like, don't-
about.
Wait, what?
It's the, now it says
Oh,
Cape Verde.
one of the-
I don't want to know what Cape Verde is
That's
about. I don't know.
sports.
I don't want to know.
All right.
he is like, we're moving on. We got the next one here.
Next video.
Okay, this is a short one. And this is kind of like contradictory to something we've talked about in an episode before, which is that when you're coming into a fight and not squaring up, it's really not preferred. It's really not advised. But this is where we egg on our face. Show him, Ian.
Is
We
this
got a
the
dude
video
here.
I think it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Dude's getting jumped badly, by the way. Boom!
Dude came in like freaking the hole.
Getting jumped in.
No.
Ray Lewis! Boom! By the way, hold up. Pull it all the way back and pause it. I just
Bro,
realized.
straight drop kicked him.
I just realized you have to understand the velocity and speed of which this man is coming in. When you play it, you can see him in the far
running in the
background. You
back.
see that little black blur at the top?
Over
That's
here.
him. Look how, and then play it. Look how much fucking ground he catches this time. Oh my god, he's coming. Boom! He's out of
he's coming.
nowhere.
There's actually two guys.
Yeah, it was two. They were right behind each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. I think. Hold on. By the way, I think his buddy who was getting jumped got up and started to hit the other. He had to realize. Look. It's the wrong guy. He's like, oh, it's me. But he was knocked out. He's probably getting fucked up. Boom! Like him and his buddy. Yeah, let's go. Oh shit! You hit me, dog. What the hell?
He's like, sorry, I was just getting kicked in the face.
And
I
he
can't tell
mean,
who's who right now.
He fucking wound up that punch too. Bam!
He's like, what the fuck?
I like to
We
imagine
helped
that.
you.
Yo, Johnny, how did you get a black eye? Fucking Steve got up after we saved him and fucking punched me.
Clocked me.
All right, some good ones. Okay. Oh man, this. Yo, women's division. Y'all better watch out. Y'all better watch out. That's all I know. Ian, play. This is
I got blue. Before you play, I got blue shirt off rip. I feel like the hand's already cocked back. I feel like she's the one who's about to be putting a bean on this other bitch sure.
I'm going with Darnell's pick too, and here's why. Because short. Here's the thing about these women at this age with short shorts. They was once hoes. They always gonna be a hoe, but they can't be a hoe no mo. So now they fight, and they can always fight. So let's see. Oh, pink starts. Oh, come here. Get on the ground. Woo!
Oh shit.
Woo!
Yeah, get the fuck out!
Oh, sends her on her way. What? You coming back for more? Knee to the breadbasket. Woo! Took
Kind
her
of a
down.
hip toss.
And stay the fuck out of my fucking life! Bitch in the face, Taylor, right
She said, "Stay out of my life."
Oh, she said, punch her in the face right now.
now.
She's like, "You're right. I should punch her in the face." By the way, is that a church shirt she has on? Is that church? No, it's like a.
No.
Looks like a beach shirt.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, get the fuck out!
I mean, you really got to give up after that. But she's trying to get back. She's trying to get the revenge. Boom! That knee. Damn. She's like, you know what? I threw that knee pretty instinctively. I think I'm gonna take some kickboxing classes.
Stay the fuck out of my fucking life! Bitch in the face, Taylor, right now.
Man, this fight was for real. Stay out of my life is for real.
I'm fucking done.
Shout out to Taylor.
Shout out to Taylor. I hate them bitches when they get into fights and then when they get their ass beat, they get up all snarky like, yeah, well, good for you. I'm like, yeah, she beat your ass.
Yeah, he just got murdered.
What's with the snarky attitude? You want her to do it again? You want her to do it again?
Yeah.
The fuck off me and stay
Damn.
the fuck out of my fucking life! Bitch in the face.
Stay the fuck out of my fucking life.
You
Punch her in the face right
and
now.
hit her.
She's got a great corner.
Yeah, get up and hit her. Is that Derek Lewis's corner? Get up and hit her.
Hit her.
Get up. Just get up. Oh, fuck. Shouts out Blue. Blue corner. Woo. Blue corner. Guys, thanks for hanging out today. Thanks everybody for watching the episodes. Please, if you're watching, hit the like button. I mean, I really hope you enjoy it. Let us know what you think you would like to see more. You know, if you want to, something you think we could add to help you enjoy it more. Maybe we'll tell you to go fuck yourself and then have a little fun little back and forth. It'll be a fun little thing.
It'll be a thing.
It'll be a fun little thing. But before you go, just please you can find us on all our social medias, SuperSour JIR. You can see clips from these podcasts, all the other podcasts we do SuperSour from. You can see clips from Twitch. You can see clips from our life. You can see that on Instagram as well, Facebook, all those platforms. You can find us on X. And then also, please go follow us on twitch.tv/SuperSourGames. Are we not online right now? Did you go over there right now and you didn't see us online? Hit the follow button anyway, because I can guarantee you we will be online. We're online. My schedule's pretty crazy with work now, but I am online very often. So come over there and have some fun. We play some single player games during the night, play Hogwarts, playing Starfield, playing whatever single player game I can find. And then during the day, just got on finals. So we're on the finals now, playing Fortnite, got World of Warcraft going. It's a big thing over there. We're having fun. Come say hi to Crypto on PetCam. Hell yeah. Please go follow Darnell at Blanks everywhere and follow you where you can see his Destiny clips. And also you can see his day-to-day updates on X. Very fun follow. I recommend it. Please go do that. And that's it. We're done. It's over. We'll see you guys next week on Throwing Hands. Peace.
Welcome to Throwing Hands.
You got, you're playing touch butt with that dork in the park, the ponytail.
My balls are hot.